Hi everybody, my name is Annamorfidis and I am a newcomer to YouTube. I have finally completed my little business. It's called Mending Hearts Counseling, and have completed my studies and research into this concept called twin flames, and I'm finally ready to share what I have learned with the world because I feel like it's very important and it is something that is up forth and coming and very much in our field of awareness these days. And people that resonate with the word twin flames seem to gravitate to me. And I feel like this is part of my life purpose to help spread awareness and knowledge, because with knowledge comes power, and with power comes choices. And when we have choice in how we want to live our life, I believe that we have a better outcome in whatever it is that we decide to choose to embark in, whether it's a new job, a new relationship, a new career, a new way to be a mother, a wife, a new way to be present in your life. I feel like this is just a very exciting age that we live in. And with that being said, I kind of wanted to go into a definition of what my understanding of twin flames are. So I have had the pleasure to work with many spiritual teachers and read many books that have helped me along the way, such as Soulmates and Twin Flames by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. The Next Journey brought me to Twin Flames by Jeff and Shalia. This book has a really good exercise in here called the Mirror Exercise, which is life-changing and transforming and freeing. And also one of the other books that I read is Twin Flames by, I forget what this author's name is, Mckenzie. And it's a beautiful explanation of what it means to be a twin flame, his journey, and what ascension means when it comes to ascending to a different reality. And reality meaning like a different understanding of life and what it means to be body, mind, soul, spirit. Okay, so in my understanding, twin flames are light workers that are here to change the blueprint for love. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be looking down on my notes because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. So again, twin flames, in my understanding, are light workers that are here to literally change the blueprint for love. Meeting a twin flame will be a catalyst to a romantic life becoming a sacred, divine experience. And why do we even need this? Because we live in the age of Aquarius, and this is the age where we are now evolved as far as we possibly can be in our physical bodies, and it's time to start evolving the consciousness and the subconsciousness that sits in our mind, which in turn creates our quantum bodies, the part of us that we cannot see. It's the energetic field that we carry around with us from the day that we were born and beyond. So twin flame workers are here to start the evolution of the consciousness when it comes to love, because it has come way far from what it was meant to be. We, the feminines, and when I refer to feminines, I don't necessarily mean a woman. I'm referring to the part of ourselves that resonates with the feminine qualities of what a person embodies. If you think about the yin yang sign, the masculine and the feminine energies, the twin flame concept is a little bit of the same. There will be a masculine counterpart and a feminine counterpart that have separated and have been floating throughout lifetimes to experience many things in order to understand healthy boundaries, in order to understand ways of communication, in order to understand compassion when it comes to relationships. Because in my experience as a woman that resonates with the word woman and also resonates with the feminine part of myself, I was brought up in a culture, so I am Greek, both my parents are Greek, and I was brought up in a culture where society had told us this is what it means to be a woman. To be a woman, it means that you do dishes, you do laundry, you get married really young, you have children, then you feed your children breakfast, lunch, dinner, and and then you take care of the masculine energy, which is your spouse, and then you take care of everyone else. Everyone else's needs come first. And that is what we were told as feminines, at least in my experience, that this is what I needed to do in order to fulfill the purpose of my life, in my life as a woman. And as I was getting older and I was taking those boxes, I felt further away from who I wanted to be as I possibly could. I found myself thinking as a feminine, I do not just want to do dishes. I do not just want to do laundry. I do not just want to say okay to the masculine energy and not experience that which I want to. I wanted to write poetry, and I wanted to write about love, and I wanted to write books, and I wanted to go to school, and I wanted to get education, and I wanted to learn, and I wanted to understand. I wanted to understand why we have feelings and emotions, and why do feelings and emotions overtake our bodies and who we are so quickly and so out of our control. So I did. I was lucky enough to have experiences in my life that propelled me to the woman that I always wanted to be and I am today. I was able to go to school, get 2 degrees. I was able to take spiritual development classes. I was able to write poetry. I was able to write a book. I was able to explore, and I was able to do all the things that I wanted to do since I was a little girl. How did I get there? I actually had the pleasure of having an encounter with who I consider to be my twin flame. So the twin flame connection is indeed a catalyst to coming home to yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to be with this person. It means that this person is going to show you what it is that you want to experience within in order to feel home. Home meaning you are whole and complete with everything that you have inside. As the feminines, because I feel we have been a little bit mistreated by society, meaning that we did not have freedom of expression, we did not have freedom to, it wasn't that long ago that we were not allowed to wear pants when we went to church. It wasn't that long ago that we were not allowed to have education. It wasn't that long ago that we were not able to do certain things as feminines. And then we watched the masculines do all this and we were like, why? Why? Just because they have a different flesh on the outside, and because just solely because of that, they're able to experience things that we're not able to experience. I was not able to understand that. And now I am understanding why, as a feminine, in the age of Aquarius, I am here to literally change the blueprint for love. My divine counterpart also holds the same blueprint. And how do we change the blueprint for love? If we think about Darwin's theory that we all know, and is the concept of survival of the fittest, and it's the concept that our physical body was able to evolve with the times in order to survive the conditions that the world would be in that present moment. Same with the blueprint of our quantum field, which is the part of ourselves that attracts the romantic experience that matches that which we are. So if we were brought up in a society where our beliefs or needs or ways of communication were not addressed or even known, not many of us actually know about needs. And needs are a vital part of us being the best version of ourselves as we can be. Just like food and water, we have emotional needs that if they're not fulfilled, then they show up in ways such as when you're hungry, you feel discomfort in your body. When you're thirsty, also you get signals. When our needs are not met, we also have signals, and those come in the form of feelings and emotions. So now that we're understanding how to change the blueprint for love is by discovering what our needs are, what our beliefs are that are not serving us anymore, we can literally create change. We can literally create the relationship that we want to experience as a feminine and as a masculine even, but because I resonate with the feminine energy, I'm just going to speak on behalf of the feminine's point of view. And something like the twin flame journey that one day felt so disheartening and so challenging and so painful and so I can't even really explain how hard and dim the light is at the end of the tunnel when you meet your counterpart, because you are not in the understanding of why you think you want to be with this person, why you want this masculine to save you. But once you understand that you are a light worker and you have light codes within yourself that need to be implanted in this age of Aquarius into the earth for a new way of being in relationships as women, then we can understand why it's so challenging. It's not easy to change limiting beliefs. It's not easy to understand what our needs and wants are. And with that being said, if you are lucky enough to meet someone that you have this strong yearning for, just know that this is a yearning for self. This is a yearning to understand who you are and what your boundaries are, what your needs are. And this person is simply there showing you what it is that you need. And why is this person the one showing you this? It's because we're going to go back to the theory of what twin flames are. So just like Darwin explained evolution of the fittest, actually Plato, one of the greatest philosophers of our lifetime, who is actually Greek in his ethnicity, he is the one that explained the concept of twin flames. He is the one that talked about the blueprint being the same in the masculine counterpart and the feminine counterpart. And when the Big Bang Theory happened and source energy spread all these souls around the universe in order to like reincarnate and have lifetimes, that blueprint that the masculine and the feminine carries is the same. And that's why they mirror to you what it is that you need to heal from inside. Once you are able to recognize that yearning of what it is that you need, then you are able to create space in your cells, the ones that have this light to create new light codes. They cannot create and implant the new light codes unless they are cleansed from the hurt and from the limiting beliefs that they have experienced up until this lifetime. And this is why it's so important to do the healing. This is why it's so important to let go of limiting beliefs. This is why it's so important to know of what your needs are, is to create space and allow in for love, unconditional love, no love with no conditions. No conditions are allowed in the twin flame journey. And when I mean allowed, I don't mean like, oh, you can't have conditions. It's just, if you have conditions, that means that you are basing your happiness on an external condition, and something that is external, we cannot control. We can only control what is going on within us. And this is why my studies in university and college to get me my counseling and my psychology degree have allowed me to understand the tangible explanation of the energetic part of us that we cannot see. I'm understanding how limiting beliefs and unserving thoughts can affect our quantum body, the part of us that we cannot see, the aura that we carry with us, because our internal nervous system has been wired and conditioned through many generations on end. Those are called intergenerational patterns, to be who we are today, and what those neurons fire as signals. We literally have to change on our own in order to create space to bring in different beliefs, different needs, different frequencies that we want to live in. So as opposed to perhaps living in guilt and shame, which is something that is very strong in my culture, we want to live in acceptance, and we want to live in joy, and we want to live in happiness. So I am very thankful to everyone that has been part of my journey to help me understand what it truly means to be a twin flame. To be a twin flame means to be a light worker in this age of Aquarius. It is an opportunity for us as feminines to change the blueprint for love. Meaning that we are going to create a new way of being in a relationship for the women that will come after us. A new way of being where we know that we are whole and complete within ourselves. We don't need external validation from a masculine to give us that which we desire and want. So we have this person on a pedestal and we think, oh, only if I was with this person, I would be happy. But that's not true. Be grateful for this person that comes into your life to show you what the challenges are inside. Be grateful for this person that is mirroring back to you the change that you need to create in order to allow the light codes to take place and to be planted into the earth, in order for us to create a new way of being feminines, where we feel respected because we respect ourselves, where we feel that our needs are met because we know what needs are and we know how to meet them. We know and we understand our emotions and our feelings. We know that emotions are normal and they're encompassed to what it is that we need to move towards. I am happy and grateful that I have this knowledge to be sharing with you. I feel like I'm going to stop this video at this point right now, and then I will continue to make a video on topics that come up within each individual video as I make them. So in my next one, I would love to talk about boundaries and what it means to know what they are and how to set them in a healthy way. I'm going to talk about intention, which is so important. It's like, what is your intention of the choices and actions that you want to take in your life? I'm a strong believer, as long as you're not hurting anyone and the intention is not to hurt anyone, I am a strong believer in following through in what you want to experience in a way that is for the highest good of you and all those around you. We can talk furthermore about twin flames, and I would love to hear your story. I would love to hear where you are in this journey, because I know how disheartening it can be, but I also, being now on the other side, I understand the resilience, I understand the power and the strength and the unconditional way of being that is achieved once you do the work, that you will be in a different mindset. As opposed to saying, why did this happen to me? You're going to say, oh my God, how could I have lived without this? How could I have lived without this knowing? How could I have lived without this way of loving myself and experiencing that love from all those around me? So if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. I know this is my very first video, but my intention is to make many more. This is the beginning of a very exciting time in my life, and I'm grateful for you for wanting to be a part of this and Please feel free to subscribe if you are called to do so. I will also put in the description box the books that I have read along my twin flame journey, and also in how to get in contact with me. I am a holder of a bachelor's in science with a minor in psychology, and I also have a wellness counseling degree, and I have the foundation to help. Not only did I have the ability to help myself, but I have the ability now as a therapist to help others get to where they want to get in this life. And I am so honored to be here and be sharing this space with you. And I wish everyone a happy, beautiful, productive day. And I look forward to our next video and meeting together. Okay, bye-bye.